I love a sunburnt country, a land of sweeping plains, of ragged mountain ranges, of droughts and flooding rains. I love her far horizons, I love her jewel sea, her beauty and her terror, the wide brown land for me. G'day everyone and welcome back to another state forest hunting adventure. From the outset, this is one of the most memorable trips I've ever been on. And I know I keep saying that, but with every new trip is a new chance to be better and more successful than the last. Multiple deer were taken on this trip, and I'm happy to call all these guys that I hunt with friends for life. On this trip, we're surrounded by good mates, good friends, good times, good food, and this is what we all live for. My purpose and journey with these films is to show you what it's like when out state forest hunting. The rewards, the successes, the failures, and the lessons I've learned while being out in these forests. Come along and enjoy the ride. You won't be disappointed. G'day guys, welcome back to AHP Outdoors. If you're new here, my name is Jason, and on this channel, we try to make hunting videos that you might enjoy. I just want to thank everyone that actually watched my last two videos. The numbers are just awesome. I'm not sure how many subscribers I've got. I think it's around maybe 9 or 10,000, somewhere around there. I don't really check, but getting those numbers just goes to show, I guess, the content we're putting out. You really like watching the experience of hunting and shooting in state forests here in New South Wales. So I'm just getting ready to go out. We set up camp a bit earlier. We're about to go out. I'm actually going to go sit with my mate in a spot we've had success at previously as well, because just haven't got much time left. We've probably got about 2 hours. So don't want to go crazy today. And then we're going to come back and then we're going to sit by the fire. I know there is some rain due tomorrow on Friday, up to 20 mils, which is not good. So hopefully the weather forecast is totally 100% wrong, because today it is a beautiful, beautiful day here in the state forest. So come along for the journey. I hope you guys enjoy it as usual. And let's go out for an afternoon hunt. Before going out on the hunt, we needed to cut up some existing firewood that was covering the track. This would help keep us warm and keep the spirits high over the next few days. I'm using the Stihl MS261 with a 16-inch bar for hunting, camping and fishing when we need to stay warm while out exploring the great outdoors. Guys, I don't care what anyone says, that's hard work. That's exactly why all my friends are laughing at me now, but that's exactly why they invented hydraulic log splitters. At the moment, I'm the log splitter. Man, that's hard work. Anyway, we're gonna sit back, we're gonna relax before we head out this afternoon, so. We cracked a coldie and had a 10-minute break before heading off into one of our spots close to camp. The first night, we normally take it easy after a long drive, setting up our tents and gathering firewood. On the way down to our spot, there was the usual sign of deer prints all through the tracks and game trails. We were geared up for success, we just didn't know if our luck would pay off. Alright, so there's definitely some deer tracks, which is really good, just like we saw last time. Fingers crossed for this afternoon, fingers crossed. We were set up in our spot, feeling good and comfortable, and our mate contacted us on the UHF radio to let us know that he'd already bogged his car on day one, right as the bloody perfect hunting time was upon us. What a worse time for this to happen. But let's just say we had a great little chuckle about it. All right, guys, you're not going to believe it. We're out here on a hunt. First day afternoon, my mate just bought a, A Great Wall. It's Great Wall Tank 300. Great Wall. He's stuck in the mud on the first afternoon.
So he goes, come and get me. I said, well, you're going to have to wait until we finish our hunt before we come and get you. So you better hunt near your car, your bogged car, and then we'll come get you about 6 o'clock. Bloody first day. And he's already, he's probably up to the axis in the Great Wall. Then again, hey, touch wood, I've never been bogged in the Triton. Not yet, anyway. Anyway, we'll have to go pick him up.
With our mate bogged and a beautiful sunset upon us, we decided to pack up 10 minutes earlier than we normally would have. Of course, when you do that, the deer just pop out when you least expect it. Since it was on the wrong side of the fence, we just observed the deer and enjoyed watching the deer from a distance. The signs for this trip were definitely positive on day one. The sun disappeared behind the distant mountains and it was off to recover our mate in the Great Wall. I was wondering just how bad he was actually bogged.
There's a log.
Just go wide a bit, you mean?
Huh?
She's in deep. Oh, there we go. She's out. The old Great Wall Tank 300. And she's bogged. And she's got mud all through her rims. Hey, sir. What was it like to pull out your first Tank 300?
Mate, I'll tell you what, I thought this day would never come. But having to snatch one of these winch little ultimate four-wheel drive out is first, mate. It's a first. It's very exciting, though. I'll tell you that now.
With the ultimate four-wheel drive unbogged, it was back to camp to grab dinner and sit around the fire. I could feel the next few days were going to be awesome. With more of the boys turning up over the coming days, it was sure to prove just how successful state forest hunting could be. It was a beautiful, brisk morning. Jay, Breno and Reg turned up last night and went for an early morning hunt. I decided to do some scouting and, of course, 2 bucks and some does just out in the early morning sun catching some rays. Typical of my luck. All right, guys, we've got a bunch of deer here. Jesus, about, don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 deer. Look at them go. Man, just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I wasn't long out scouting and Jay got on the UHF to tell us he'd shot a good-sized sambar and we should meet him back at camp. I haven't seen a big sambar in person, but damn, this was a big old boy, just from the head size alone. It's amazing this old sambar had survived this long. He was also missing a fair chunk of his teeth.
All right, so first morning this morning, we went out for a hunt with Breno and Reggie. I was just following a nice little gully with Aussie bush down in the gully, and yeah, up the top of the hill, about 200 metres away, saw this nice big sambar come out.
Oh, look at this, guys. Look at this.
He's a big old boy.
Wow. Look at just the width, guys. Front there, forehead. What do you reckon? Nice, eh?
Mate, it's the second sambar I've ever seen. First sambar I've shot. I am very, very happy. I'm a very happy man with that. But now we got some butchering to do. We've done a lot of hard work already getting him out of where he was shot, and just the butchering to go. Let's go and look after some meat.
Jay was as happy as a pig in poop, and it was time for the boys to get started on the meat prep. You could tell this was going to be some serious meat off this sambar deer.
Man, this is my first time preparing a sambar. The size of these muscles on this thing are unbelievable. Like the weight in this thing is, it's crazy. That's one little bit off this hind leg. Unbelievable. Just butchering up the deer, found the bullet. We've actually found where it ended up. It's just come out in 2 pieces. So I'll be keeping those.
After a long morning's deer prep, it was time to smash some lunch before heading off on our afternoon hunt. With bacon and eggs on offer, how on earth could you say no? With lunch done and dusted, the weather was not looking too crash hot. We started to head down to our spot we scouted earlier in the trip. We had a good feeling we might see some deer if our luck was just right.
What we're going to do, we're going to park here and we're going to walk up to that native tree line up there. And we're going to skirt around it maybe 150, 200 metres. And up there, we're going to be able to see down onto a nice gully that basically finishes on the edge of the private property. And on the other side, there's a really steep hill that's thick native with heaps of game trails. So hopefully we're going to get something coming out. Should be able to get a shot off. That'll be good. So we'll see where we go.
All right, so we're just walking down. Definitely fresh deer prints in this mud it pissed down last night. Let me show you. That's a good sign, guys. That's definitely, ooh, what we want to see. And more deer prints. So it definitely looks like they're making their way up the tracks. Oh, and guess what? More deer prints. And that's just after the rain, so it's looking good.
It was about 4:30 in the afternoon and we were sitting in our hunting location admiring our surroundings while having a few laughs. The cows seemed a little agitated on the neighbouring property and were running around and acting like fools. Not sure if that's how cows act most of the time, but it certainly was pretty funny to witness. Sunset was about 30 minutes away and the kangaroos started to come out in force, so hopefully the deer weren't too far away. We used the rangefinder to lock in on some key points of interest in case the deer popped up in those areas. The shortest shot being around 200 metres and the longest around 520 metres. We were admiring some bird life and bang, the deer broke out of the cover and into the open from the game trail. Unfortunately, they were near a track, so we needed to wait until they broke cover into the hills. For some reason, the cows from the neighbouring property had garnered the deer's interest, but then subsequently spooked them into the hill. Perfect. Time for action. At around 325 metres away, my mate just couldn't see them in the scope. I told him I was going to pull them up for a shot, but he couldn't lay eyes on them in the weedy debris. Okay, they're in the front of that stack. They're in front of that stack. I'm going to stop them. You ready? Just wait for them to stop. Woo! At this point, my mate had absolutely no idea where they were. To the right of the stack, right of the stack. To the right of the... Yep. I'm gonna stop. Woo! Go, yeah, they're still... Yeah, miss. Okay, they're running up the game trail, running up towards the thing. Near the tree with the right up towards the end. There's like a tree with
Oh, they're pretty far now.
one standing there. If you want to have a go at it, one standing there. Oh, you were close, man.
Huh?
You were close. They're coming towards us now. Even though the deer came back towards us, then carried on up the hill, we decided not to shoot because our hearts were racing and the shots were just too long off the shooting sticks. We were flustered and our communication wasn't the best. Lesson learned here when you're desperate to get meat on the ground. All right, guys, so it's cold and windy as hell. I saw what I thought was deer come out of the state forest, and they were actually on the road, and we're just monitoring to see what they were going to do. They moved up into this green section off the road, off the track, and I said, are they deer? And my mate looks at them, they were deer 100% for sure. Actually, we're hanging out with a couple of roos. Anyway, we tried our best. I reckon we're probably shooting at, 350.
Yeah,
and if you actually see a 400, if you see one of the shots, man, we took 2 shots, I think, and one of them was, oh man, it was just so close, like the puff of dust, you just wouldn't believe it, but... Sorry guys, I'm shaking because we're freezing. But even when we shot the first time, they just didn't even move the first time. Was it the first time or the second time? I can't remember.
We had good wind, but so they probably were.
The wind was fantastic, but they were just standing on the track, just staring at something, and something spooked them. I think the cows spooked them. But we're going back to camp. We're going to go back, get some chicken wings, get some venison sausages, because we are freezing. Let's go. We headed back to the car, we put the gun away, and we proceeded back to camp. A small pocket of rain decided to ruin our plans for a campfire cook-up. But never mind, Reg supplied us with some famous smoked Twiggy sticks, and Breno had some vac-sealed venison rissoles. Apparently, we can thank Breno's dad Ken for the secret recipe.
Some venison rissoles, cook these up. The other night, they're all cooked, I just need to heat them up, chuck them on the barbie. I was planning on cooking them on the campfire, but it's raining, so just chuck them on the barbie.
Oh, look at these. Hell yeah.
That'll be my one.
So she's chewing on the deer, was she?
Yeah, she ate one of its ears, yeah.
So, first course is my dad's secret recipe rissoles with venison. They're absolutely beautiful.
Tastes like chicken. From the last trip.
He made this recipe like about 20 years ago, and it's still so good. So good. Hey, what do you reckon, boys?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Very good. Awesome.
Much to our delight, the rain passed overhead and it was time for a fire and some of those beautiful chicken ribs, because those are always a hit with the boys.
Chicken ribs. Oh yeah. Here we go. Oh, where good are these gonna be? The chicken ribs. All the boys love these things.
I think yes,
Oh, Dave.
How good are they? With a lovely, beautiful morning upon us in the state forest, we knew it was going to be a big day. We had over 20 millimetres of rain in the space of an hour overnight. 30-40 kilometre an hour gusting winds also accompanied the rain, and it was difficult to get a good night's rest. Arthur was out for a hunt in the early morning, and we decided it was a bit too wet to be on the tracks. We were hoping it would dry out in a few hours so we could head out for a quick hunt before lunch. Lunch was going to be Greek lamb gyros, aka Greek gyro, over the charcoal on the spit. Arthur arrived back at camp and of course, he shot a deer. I knew we should have gone out. Oh, look at Arthur. Arthur got one too. Nice, that's 4 deer. All right, Arthur, tell us what happened, man.
I sent you the video.
Yeah, I know. Well, tell the camera, you dick.
4 doe ran straight across, right where I was turning.
Yeah.
And they stopped. So I went down, parked, past them, got out, walked,
Yeah.
and then they were gone.
Yeah.
So I went back to the car and I went, all right, looked at the map. I got to go down here to get down to the bottom. Started going down, started again like this, then it started again like this. Then it got muddy. 20 minutes later, she poked her head back out.
Nice.
Put a knee down, took the shot. As I've racked the second shot, stag right behind her.
Oh no.
But she basically got hit. I sent a video to
I
Jason.
saw the
Yeah,
video, yeah.
blood, skirt, and then
blood.
she's gone down the hill. I'm like, oh, please don't go down the hill.
And it just stopped about
It
5
just stopped.
metres in.
Yeah, it stopped. But I tell you what, just trying to pull her up that little embankment,
That's hard, eh?
mate. Then I went, you know what? I can get the car here. Drove down there.
Arthur started his deer meat prep and breaking down the animal. The other boys fired up the charcoal for the spit, ready for lunchtime. Breno, Reg and Jay were all licking their lips to get stuck into some of this beautiful charcoal cooked lamb. Secretly, so was I, to be honest. I want to apologise here, guys. YouTube hates animal flesh preparation. They often demonetise my videos and then the video gets pushed into the abyss and gets no views if it gets flagged. So I can only show you so much butchering in this video. We were all starving for lunch, and even Zoe, the little GSP, was keen for some sweet charcoal cooked lamb. Guys, we've got the lamb gyros with a, what is it, souvlaki bread, tzatziki sauce. Mate, absolutely delicious. Well, amazing. This is why I only hang out with Greeks, because of this, no other reason.
What about opportunity? Yeah, he likes a bit of that.
With lunch done and dusted, we headed back to our spot we sat at the previous day. My mate said we might intercept a deer or two if luck was on our side. I wasn't feeling confident or lucky at all, especially based on the previous day shooting events. The wildlife was on full display and it was great to be out in the outdoors with your friends sitting in some weeds and debris on the side of a hill. It sure is better than working, I can tell you that much.
All right, so we're just in position here. My mate forgot his chair. So sucked in, he's got to sit in all the blackberries. That's what you get for not bringing your chair, guys. We've got a beautiful vantage point, just looking over this mountain or this side of this hill. A lot of thick wattle, weeds, but it's a really good position and probably 200 meters closer than when we were the other day. So fingers crossed, we're gonna hope for the best. But man, look at this sunset, clouds, beautiful green grass. This is why we go hunting, guys. I tell you what, hey, I'm so full after those gyros for lunch, man. God, my stomach feels like it's about 200 kilos. Yeah, we probably could skip dinner. But anyway, we're gonna knuckle down here. Let's hope for the best.
About 30 minutes went by and my mate said he saw a spiker. I said, yeah, right. I didn't see anything on the hill at all. He said, yep, well, you better get your camera out because we're about to shoot a deer. The shot was around 240 meters away and I was kind of nervous based on our previous night's performance.
See it? Yeah. Don't shoot it yet. What do you want to do? Okay, get ready to go for it now. Just relax, just breathe. Don't be so quick, just breathe. Relax. Good job, mate. Good job. Good job, man. Well done. She's down. It's down.
Down, mate. She's down. We did it. We did it.
Well done, man. Guys, you're not going to believe it. My heart's still racing. So what happened was, he goes, oh, there's a spiker there. And I'm going, because it was so nonchalant, man. Like, and I thought, yeah, because this guy jokes all the time, man. You can't get anything without him joking, right? And then I'm thinking, yeah, right. I look up and I go, I see it walking. I go, shit, he's not joking, man. We were going to wait till it come down a bit further, but I just said, take your time, mate. Just relax. He ended up getting there. Well done, man.
Job done.
Job done. And at about what time?
5:15.
5:15. So we're going to go gut it. We thought we might wait, see if someone else comes out, but we've got a heap of meat. Another of our mates shot a huge sambar, as you guys saw. So anyway, stone dead on the spot and filmed. Man, can't complain. Anyway, we're going to go gut it.
It was getting on to the later part of the afternoon, but there was still plenty of time before sundown. We headed back to the car and then we bashed in to get as close as possible to retrieve the entire deer. My mate gutted the deer, ready for transport back to camp. We were driving out and we saw what we thought was a Sambar deer not even 300 metres from where we shot the fallow. My mate pursued the deer on foot and I heard a shot ring out. Because we were so stuffed after shooting the first deer, I didn't get that much footage, unfortunately. With a car full of game meat, we headed back to camp after a sweaty Sambar deer recovery. We were tired and totally devoid of energy. And all we could both think about was some of those delicious venison sausages over the fire. In the meantime, we thought we'd play a little trick on our mate Arthur.
Hey, Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, there you go.
Hey!
You don't need that thing for the back of your car.
Hey, can you do me a favour?
Well, you could seem a little bit more excited about it.
I went in a rut and toolbox fell in the back, and can you give us a hand lift from the bag?
So there's another deer in the back.
No,
Two shots, I heard. Two shots in your direction.
the tools fell out.
I like these bags.
Hey! Another one.
Oh.
Sambar.
Where's the handles, man? Oh, there.
Good old another Sambar.
Your fucking shots. That's why I fucking sent it to you on the CV.
We hung up the deer ready for tomorrow morning's meat prep. We didn't realise how much meat you can actually get from one fallow and one Sambar deer. I think we were set on game meat for the next few months. It was time to get the fire cranking and put some venison sausages and venison cutlets on the fire. Jay also wanted us to try his homemade venison stroganoff. Let's just say it was bloody delicious.
All right, Jay, the venison stroganoff. It seems like you're the extraordinaire of the stroganoff. Was it fallow deer?
Yeah, mate, it's a fallow deer.
Beautiful.
It was a buck from last year, actually.
Mate. Don't tell Carmelo. Even Carmelo said that was tastier than what his wife cooks. Shh, don't tell her. Oh, shit. Okay, sorry, mate.
Fighting words, mate.
What do you reckon, Carmelo? Was it good? Was it good?
Very nice.
Just don't tell your wife you said that, all right? I won't tell her. I won't tell her.
The boys were licking their lips for some deer sausage. Actually, that didn't sound right, did it? But anyway, the deer sausages were amazing and the venison cutlets were just the icing on the cake. Food, friends, cooking what you take from the land. I reckon this is what hunting's all about.
Get some sauce on them. Beautiful.
Dinner was a smorgasbord of game meat, and the boys slowly peeled off to their tents. We knew tomorrow was going to be a big day of meat prep. Good night, everyone.
All right, gonna salt this up and preserve it. So when Jason starts losing his hair, this is going to be his toupee.
You are a stinking bastard. We finished off the meat prep and Breno was out for an early morning hunt to hopefully get a deer for himself. Our luck was hot to trot, baby, on this trip, I can tell you. He snagged a great eater to take home too. This was an absolutely cracker of a trip. All right, they got another deer, guys. You're not going to believe it. Another deer. That's number 5 for the trip. All right, mate, what happened? Tell us what happened. What happened?
We were just driving down to our spot. We stopped the car and then Reggie's like, oh, there's a deer right there. So I probably should have let Reggie shoot it, but I'd already got my gun out. And then he was just standing there. So I managed him to get down and get onto get a rest on a rock. And then shot him.
How far away was he? How far, you reckon?
100 metres, shot him in the neck, just dropped on the spot.
Nice. Well done. You guys have got, that's been a great trip. That's 5 deer between all of us.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, pretty stoked. Little spiker.
It was the next morning and we packed up camp and headed out for the drive home. We saw another inquisitive deer on the way out who didn't seem to spook easily. It's always the way to see them, of course, when you least expect it. Like every trip, we endeavour to try a new place to visit for a bite to eat every time we go hunting. And this time, it was the awesome Gold Rush Cafe. Great service and delicious food, and those bacon and egg rolls, oh, they certainly were delicious. If I'm ever back in town, I'd certainly visit again. Our friend Reg took a deer when we left, and that was a total of 6 deer on this trip. These memories will last a lifetime. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.